put a little bit of structure around that process so that it's reveals a little bit more about how it works and how we can use it elsewhere. And it's three main phases. So if you think about the in-draw of breath, when we fill our lungs, we move to sort of spaciousness, and that's a time of putting in lots of things. It's a time of chaotic, lots of opinions, lots of new ideas maybe, and kind of no consequences at that point. So just, more the merrier. And that's, we can call the divergent phase. Phase where things open out to their full capacity. And once we have what we are, we have what's been brought, there's a phase of letting those things work with each other, letting those things be, exploring what the connections are, and being with them. And that is where emergence happens, where possibilities are created between our inputs. And that's where we are today, in the emergent zone of our art of hosting training. And there are some good alternative names for this zone that we're in. One is the groan zone. The groan zone. Not that one. Not that one. The groans. Yeah, the groan zone. I'm feeling that right now. This is where things might feel a little bit out of order, a little bit difficult, possibly awkward. But it's also, wait for it, have I revealed this one already?
Yeah.
Okay. The groan zone with a Yeah, that's another groan. The groan zone. This is where the nutrients are absorbed. This is where the oxygen is absorbed. The connections form between the things that we've brought to this process. So it's both of those qualities in the emergent zone. And the third phase is bringing what we've got in that emergent zone to a goal, to a clear plan of action. And that is the outtake of breath, the convergent phase in our process. Where can that take us in terms of the way that we work together? It takes us from maybe a question, a need, a disturbance, something that needs attention. I'll call in question this training. Through to a so what? What are we going to do together? What do we now know? How are we now together? And any project that involves inviting people to participate in a truly participatory process will move through these phases. But I think we're really used to maybe experiencing a phase that looks a bit more like, let's brainstorm. Okay, we'll brainstorm. Yeah, and then, God, this is horrible. Someone just get us into this bit quick. Let's just move through. Someone take a decision about what we're going to do. And that is how leadership can look like, to skip this zone. So, if nothing else, to remember the value in that groaning and the holding the space, the minimum structure that you require, to hold the space for that chaos and the order to start to work together before we get into the phase where everyone knows what they're doing, we're making a plan, the project management team have a Gantt chart, whatever the thing is. We all have a Gantt chart. There's the right place for the Gantt chart. And the other, I suppose, helpful way of feeling our way through this process is to think about what it feels like to move through. Because we are all maybe drawn to being in different parts of this. We start to think about where we operate best, and we're going to look at what that looks like in terms of the room in a moment. There are some thresholds that you move through. And the threshold between divergence and emergence is the fear of letting go. Can we now just let go of the need to make a plan and be with what we've got in emergence? But at the end of emergence, there may be a fear of commitment. Emergence is a great place to visit, and not a great place to live, maybe. So, just take a moment to notice how you feel walking through those things.